Welcome back to Bring On the Shit, Breaking the Cycle and Healing Toxic Mother Daughter Relationships. Episode 9, Reclaiming Self Esteem from the Grip of the Ego. I'm your host, Dr. DeQueen Agape. Today, we embark on how the ego undermines self esteem within toxic mother daughter dynamics. Join us as we uncover the impact of criticism, comparison, and invalidation on self worth and offer tools for rebuilding confidence, self worth, and nurturing a positive sense of self. Self esteem serves as the foundation of our self concept, shaping how we perceive ourselves and interact with the world. However, within the confines of the toxic mother daughter relationships, self esteem can become fragile, undermined by criticism, comparison, and invalidation. In this episode, we shine a light on how these dynamics impact self worth and offer guidance on reclaiming confidence and cultivating a positive self image. Toxic mother daughter relationships can erode self esteem through a constant barrage of criticism, comparisons, and invalidation. Mothers may project their own insecurities onto their daughters, undermining their confidence and sense of self worth. Likewise, daughters may internalize these messages, leading to feelings of inadequacy and self doubt. These patterns can have lasting effects on self esteem, hindering personal growth and fulfillment. So, how can individuals rebuild their self esteem and cultivate a positive self image despite the impact of toxic mother daughter dynamics? It begins with self awareness and self compassion. Individuals must recognize the influence of their mother daughter relationship on their self esteem and challenge negative beliefs and self talk. Practice self care, setting boundaries, and surrounding oneself with supportive relationships are essential in nurturing a positive self image. Additionally, therapy or counseling can provide tools and techniques for rebuilding confidence and resilience. How does the ego undermine self esteem within toxic mother daughter dynamics? The ego undermines self esteem within toxic mother daughter dynamics by fostering a sense of inadequacy, criticism, and comparison. Individuals may internalize negative self beliefs about themselves based on the critical messages or behaviors they receive from their mother or daughter, leading to feelings of worthlessness, shame, and low self esteem. The ego driven need for validation or superiority may lead individuals to prioritize their own needs over the well being of the other person, further exacerbating feelings of inadequacy and low self worth. Here are some common forms of constant criticism that mothers or daughters may experience due to the ego's influence: appearance related criticism, achievement related criticism, or character related criticism. Appearance related criticism: individuals may receive constant criticism or negative comments about their physical appearance, leading to feelings of insecurity or low self esteem. Achievement related criticism: individuals may feel pressure to meet unrealistic expectations or standards set by their mothers or daughters, leading to feelings of failure or inadequacy if they do not measure up. Character related criticism: individuals may receive criticism or judgments about their personality traits or behaviors, leading to feelings of shame or unworthlessness. In what ways does the ego contribute to the internalization of negative beliefs about oneself within these relationships? The ego contributes to the internalization of negative beliefs about oneself within toxic mother daughter relationships by fostering a dynamic of comparison, competition, and criticism. Individuals may internalize the negative messages or behaviors they receive from their mothers or daughters, leading to a distorted perception of themselves and their worth. The ego driven need for validation or approval may lead individuals to prioritize the other person's opinions over their own sense of self worth, further enforcing feelings of inadequacy and low self esteem. How does the fear of not measuring up to expectations perpetuate feelings of inadequacy and low self worth? The fear of not measuring up to expectations perpetuates feelings of inadequacy and low self worth by instilling a sense of failure and unworthlessness within the individual. Individuals may feel pressure to meet unrealistic expectations or standards set by their mother or daughter, leading to feelings of inadequacy or inferiority if they perceive themselves as falling short. The ego driven need for validation or approval may lead individuals to prioritize the other person's expectations over their own well being, further undermining their self esteem and self confidence. Here is an example of how the ego driven need for validation or approval from a mother or daughter impacts self esteem. The ego driven need for validation or approval from a mother or daughter impacts self esteem by fostering a sense of dependency and worthlessness. Individuals may seek validation or approval from their mother or daughter in order to feel worthy or valued, leading to a reliance on external validation of their sense of self worth. The ego driven need for validation may lead individuals to prioritize the other person's opinions or expectations over their own feelings and desires, further undermining their self esteem and self confidence. Some barriers individuals face in recognizing and challenging the ego's influence on their self esteem within the toxic mother daughter dynamics include fear of rejection, dependency on validation, and internalized belief. Fear of rejection. Individuals may fear confronting their mother or daughter about the negative impact of their behaviors or words on their self esteem. Fear and rejection or criticism in return. Dependency on validation. Individuals may have become so reliant on external validation or approval from their mother or daughter that they may struggle to recognize their own worth and value independent of their opinions. Internalized beliefs. Individuals may have internalized negative beliefs about themselves based on the critical messages or behaviors they receive from their mother or daughter, making it difficult to challenge and overcome these beliefs. How can individuals begin to cultivate self compassion and self acceptance despite the ego's undermining effects on self esteem? Individuals can begin to cultivate self compassion and self acceptance despite the ego's undermining effects on self esteem by practicing self awareness, challenging negative self beliefs, setting boundaries, and seeking support. Practicing self awareness. Reflect on your own thoughts and feelings and behaviors and consider how they may be influenced by the ego's need for validation or approval from your mother or daughter. Challenging negative beliefs. Challenge the negative beliefs or messages you have internalized about yourself and replace them with more compassionate and affirming thoughts. Setting boundaries. Establish clear boundaries with your mother or daughter to protect yourself from criticism or negatively and prioritize your own well being and self worth. And seek support. Guidance from a therapist or counselor who can provide tools and strategies for improving self esteem and fostering self compassion within toxic mother daughter relationships can be very vital in this process. What role does self awareness play in rebuilding self worth and confidence while navigating the ego's influence? Self awareness plays a crucial role in rebuilding self worth and confidence while navigating the ego's influence within toxic mother daughter relationships by helping individuals recognize their own worth and value independent of external validation or approval. Through self reflection and introspection, individuals can gain insight into how the ego may be undermining their self esteem and take steps to assert their own worth and value in the relationship. So, how can mothers and daughters support each other in fostering a positive sense of self esteem and confidence amidst the challenges posed by the ego? Mothers and daughters can support each other in fostering a positive sense of self esteem and confidence amidst the challenges posed by the ego by offering validation and encouragement, practicing empathy, prioritizing open communication, and respecting boundaries, offering validation and encouragement. Provide positive reinforcement and encouragement for each other's strengths and accomplishments, and celebrate each other's successes and achievements. Practicing empathy. Approach conversations about self esteem and confidence with empathy and understanding, seeking to validate and support each other's experiences and emotions. Prioritize an open communication. Create a safe and supportive environment for honest and open dialogue, where both parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts, feelings, and concerns without fear of judgment or criticism, and respecting boundaries. Honor each other's boundaries and individuality, and refrain from posing unrealistic expectations or standards onto the other person's self esteem and confidence. As we conclude today's episode, let's reflect on a key takeaway. Constant criticism or invalidation can erode self esteem over time, reinforcing the ego's narrative of unworthlessness and inadequacy. Both mothers and daughters may struggle with feelings of not being good enough, leading to a cycle of self doubt and self sabotage. Understand that the negative dynamics within the relationship may have played a significant role in shaping your self esteem. Acknowledge the impact of constant criticism, comparison, or invalidation on your sense of self worth. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, recognizing that you are worthy of love and respect regardless of external validation. Cultivate self compassion by speaking to yourself in a supportive and nurturing manner, just as you would to a close friend facing similar struggles. Shift your focus from seeking validation from your mother or daughter to prioritizing your own personal growth and self improvement. Invest in activities, hobbies, or goals that bring you joy and fulfillment, and celebrate your progress and achievements along the way. Release yourself from the burden of past hurts and resentments by practicing forgiveness. This includes forgiving yourself for any perceived shortcomings or mistakes, as well as forgiving your mother or daughter for the role in contributing to the toxic dynamics. Remember that forgiveness is a process and does not necessarily mean condoning or excusing harmful behavior. By fostering self awareness, self compassion, and seeking support, individuals can rebuild their self esteem and cultivate a positive sense of self. That wraps up another enlightening episode of Break on the Ship, breaking the cycle and healing toxic mother daughter relationships. Join us next time as we explore ways to cope and manage stress. Until then, remember, you are worthy of love and acceptance just as you are. In a minute.